I really enjoyed life my teacher told me. I wish history was taught like that. I also wish that there was more of an emphasis on current events so that people these days could just know what's going on in their country and their economy and maybe do something about it. Okay, alright. I know when I teach my daughter about history, I want to tell her the whole truth about everything, such as like Christopher Columbus and more so like emphasis on current events. And even with my students, definitely with my students, I want to let them know like how important it is to stay updated. And I think that's what I really took away from Liza teaching.
Ready? Oh, hi, I'm Chantal Williams, and this is Cole Anderson. Cole, where did you grow up?
My first elementary school was in California, and then my next one was Kansas, and then Japan.
Okay, well, I'd like to ask you about what you remember about learning social studies in school. So, do you remember any field trips?
Oh yes, I did take one in Japan. It was like to all these ancient houses and like how the people still live in them like they used to, and they just showed us basically how they lived.
That's pretty cool. Do you enjoy, or did you enjoy your teachers and their teaching styles? Or do you remember anything?
Yeah, for the most part, like they would give us crafts and stuff to do. Like they'd have us get out the color pencils and make maps or.
Do you remember any assignments that you enjoyed or didn't enjoy?
The way I guess they would do tests, it was just all names and dates, not really the important stuff, I guess. Not to me anyway. The ones I enjoyed were like some kind of recreation of the history of it, rather than just like mindless memorization.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite topic?
I guess I always like the ancient parts of history, mostly ancient Greece, I guess.
That's one of my favorites too. Do you remember like the learning materials, like textbooks, worksheets, artifacts, movies, or anything like that?
Yeah, we had some. I mean, most of the time it was textbooks, but we had a couple movies that they showed, and yeah, like we watched Gettysburg, Saving Private Ryan, some parts anyway.
Okay. Well, thank you, Cole.
You're welcome.
Dominique, I just want to know what you learned about in social studies when you were younger.
Cool.
Okay, so do you remember like any field trips?
The one field trip that I do remember is going to the state fair, and we actually had to go and find like what the state crops were there specific activities or songs, folk songs that were related specifically to North Carolina, take multiple pictures of different animals, anything that related to the state, and then we had to make a project book about it in a group and then present it to the class.
Oh, wow. Did you enjoy your teachers and their teaching style?
It depends on which teacher. I had one specific professor who loved to be on eBay. So when I was in high school, we'd come in the classroom. He'd tell us to sit down and do our worksheets, which all had the answers. So basically you were filling them in. And he'd get on eBay and do whatever he was going to do that day.
Oh. Do you remember any assignments that you enjoyed or didn't enjoy?
I didn't mind discussing history because I love history. So reading about history, my favorite books are autobiographies. So that was perfectly fine to me. I've never liked taking tests, point blank period, because that's always a stressful period. But besides that, it was all good.
And did you grow up in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm. I grew up in Reedsville in Eden when I was little and in elementary school. Then we moved to Greensboro, and I went to Madison Elementary for 5th grade, and then Northeast Middle School, and then Dudley High School.
And do you remember any like of your favorite learning materials or your favorite topic?
My favorite topic in middle school was when we studied Russia. Then I loved Greek mythology, so I love learning about all of the different Greek gods and goddesses. But then my senior year, I really started loving Latin history.
Well, thank you.
Hi, I enjoyed the Black and Blue tour. When I first got there, I was eating Krispy Kreme donuts on the table. And so after he told us that is offensive, because I had no idea what the memorial was, and I think unlike a majority of people on this campus, we really don't know what the memorials mean. And so it was really nice to hear the history of my campus and the actual history. I was really happy to learn what the Unsung Memorial was about, and just like the history of like who helped, like what was that man's name? He worked on campus. I guess Caldwell, just those people. January Caldwell? Why do you look so angry?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What are you doing? This is your video.
But anyway,
What did you learn?
I learned a lot about the history of the campus, and it's like stuff that I really wanted. I would like when I was going on campus, I would just wanted to take my daughter on the campus and do the tour with her when she gets older, so that she could learn that too at a younger age.
Hi, JP Fur.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm just awesome.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in North Carolina, actually Albemarle, North Carolina. I was born in Boise, Idaho. Boise, that's how you're supposed to say it. Boise, Idaho, then lived in Canada, and then grew up in Albemarle, North Carolina.
Very nice. I just want to know about your experience in social studies as a child. Do you remember any field trips?
I do. We went to Chinquapin. I remember it because I like the name Chinquapin. But can I tell you the historical significance of Chinquapin? No, I cannot. We also went to Old Salem. I remembered Old Salem a lot about it. One of the most significant memories that I have is going to the old candle shop and dipping our own candles. And you know what's unique about all of that? Because Old Salem was probably one of my best memories. My daughter ended up going to Salem Academy. That is the campus on Old Salem. She didn't dress up like, like the Moravian people. She dressed up, regular. I loved the people that dressed up there. Someone else?
Do you remember any like specific learning materials or your favorite topic?
I racked my brain because I knew you were going to interview me about textbooks. And
I was ready.
Yeah,
I was ready.
all these are on.
okay.
Beep. Alright, I'm Sergey. I'm a senior at UNC. My reaction to the video is I'm very surprised. I did not know anything about that table. I've seen a lot of people sit there, eat their food there. I don't think most people know what it is even there for. I think it's outrageous that they have the other statue of Silent Sam, which is massive in comparison, so close in proximity. And then in relation to the other statues that were supposed to be in front of Davis, again, the stereotypes that all black people play basketball, it's absolutely outrageous. And I think saying that was supposed to represent Michael Jordan is kind of a cop-out because, I'm not sold by that. And then, that's my reaction, just a little blown away by it.
Fantastic. I'm ready. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Nadia and I'm a senior at UNC. Well, first of all, this is the first I'm hearing about all of this, so it was very interesting. And my reaction is that there needs to be more education about all of this. And obviously we need to figure out a way how to represent African Americans better, whether it's through statues or education or anything else.
Good job.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm a senior at UNC. My reaction to the video clips we just watched is, well, I'll start with the slave table. Like the other two said, it's very low to the ground when, Silent Sam and the other monuments are large and, very prominent, but this basically, I don't think it serves, like she said, our ancestors justice for building this university. And then people sit on it and eat on it and change babies on it. And in response to the monument behind Hamilton, I feel like showing the black person with the basketball and then the white students, with their books open reading it, it's very unfair, for them to portray black people as, here to be athletic or not very serious about academics much all the time.
Would you say that figure represented the majority of African American males 'Cause that's what it's supposed to do.
No,
No.
it represents a certain percentage that plays sports, but for the rest of us here that aren't here for athletics, no, absolutely not.
So you're unrepresented, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.